Hey guys, so I know this is a simple pin. I got this pin from my amazing friend Last Mango Pins. She has a great show on Whatnot, and she sells all kinds of great stuff. She's amazing. This is actually a real Olaf latte cup. They came out a few years ago in a mystery pack, and kind of like the popsicles right now that are super popular. It was kind of like that in a big mystery pack, and there were, I think, like 16 of them. And I have the full set. I just can't remember. And so they've been faked extensively. So don't trust most of the ones that you find, especially the ones on the boards. 99% of the time they're going to be fake. But this one's a real one, and it's super cute. And so I'm going to make some crafts with it. Simple, but fabulous. And I think you guys are going to love it because it's adorable and I can't get enough of it. I only have a couple of them, so you can purchase them on Whatnot or direct message me and I'll let you know what's available or when it's available. And I'm just grateful you guys are here to watch. Thanks so much for just being here. Comment, like, subscribe, all the things. Thank you so much for just being here, and you have a great day. Thanks. Bye. Hey guys, so here's our pin. I was going to show you, let me see if it'll zoom in a little. So this is the real pin. This is a real one. I'm going to zoom out a little. I also happen to have a fake one that someone gave me that they had picked up at the parks. So I can do I'll do another video comparing them, but just right off the bat, you can see that the difference between the two, the real one is much narrower. It's quite a bit narrower, but also the color of the snowflakes. The color of the snowflakes should be like a deep like teal, peacocky kind of deep teal, as opposed to this bright blue that they have on the fake one. But even the width of them, you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Let me flip it the other way. I'll do another video about all the details of it. But look I'm lining up the edges, and the fake one is wider, but it's also much thinner this way. So it's much skinnier. I don't know if you can totally tell in the video, but it's much skinnier than the real one. So just little things to look out for. Okay, so for this craft, we're going to be using this paper, and it's a retired paper from several years ago. This is called Snowflake Specialty Vellum, and as you can see, it has a variety of different snowflake paper. And I don't have retired paper myself, and so half of it is fuzzy, and then the other half of it has this great little, it has the same designs, but with, fuzzy white paper. Fuzzy white vellum. So, but so pretty, right? So that's the falling snow, and then two different types of snowflakes. And then they have the same thing with the fuzzy paper. As I told you before, I don't sell retired paper, but some of my friends have a large stock of retired product and they sell it. So I recommend that you check them out. I'll put their information on the screen so you can go check them out. The Papered Chef, Candy Rattray, Lisa Ray Designs, Darlene Walker. They're amazing women, and they just have great stuff and great deals. So I'm actually going to use, this is a scrap of paper that I happen to have. You can use any of the light blue papers. Balmy Blue is the one that we have currently that would be a close match to this. I'm just using a scrap. This is called Seaside Spray. You just want to have a light blue behind the vellum. If you have a dark color or any other kind of color, it will shine through. So if I wanted to give a teal color, I could put this Coastal Cabana behind it. But I decided I'm good. I'm just going to stick with the light because I thought it was blue enough. You know, having a darker blue didn't really help my look. Oh, that's a big piece of gunk on there. Oh, dang, the glue is really coming out today. Good thing I caught it before it fell down on my project. All right, so the glue is gonna be real fussy today. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little dab. Oof. The goal was just a little dab of glue in the corner. You don't want too much glue because it will spread on the vellum. So I'm going to push it that way, away from the center of the square. Now this part's going to go underneath the frame, but it will show through. Glue shows through vellum. So you see, look, I never waste paper. I mean, I never waste, you know, like my project. I'll find a way to make it work. So we'll go ahead and we'll line this up, and the liquid glue will hold it. It just needs a second to dry. I scooped most of it off because I just didn't want it to squish too much all around and you could see it through the vellum, because you will be able to see the glue through the vellum. You can see a tiny bit of it there. I don't think you'll be able to see it on this particular camera. But in other projects, I know that you can see through the vellum. It's just, well, it's sheer, it's vellum. So there's our base layer. So this is the amazing stamp set I got from my friend Darlene. And look, I know I didn't pay $10 for it. I want to say she had it on her Whatnot show and I got it for like $5. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I got it for less. I could be wrong, but I want to say I paid less than $10. I know that she's got amazing deals on all kinds of great stuff, and I've gotten the best stuff from her. I knew I would make some frozen cards with this, so that's why I went ahead and picked up this stamp set for you guys. Well, for me and for you guys, because sometimes I make stuff just for you guys. Okay, this is I don't know, I might be able to get one snowflake here. We'll just switch papers. Because, okay, so there's as you saw, there's a filled in color, and then there's the detailed snowflake. So there's two different ones. They matched each other. So what we're going to be using today is we're going to be using this large one. The two largest ones is what we're using. So what I needed though was I needed to get, in order to have the best impact when I'm making my snowflake, you need to put a lighter one first and then the darker one on top. So let's go ahead and try this out. I really hope I can get it on the first try. It's a little tricky, but it can be done. Oh, good. That looks good. And let's get this one. Oh, I think there's a cat hair on here. My cats are fighting. There we go. Let me get some more. All right. All right, and we'll just go ahead and just put this nice little pool party ink. Ooh, that one didn't turn out so good. That's okay. We'll just ink it up again and go in another corner. And we'll just hope this is enough. I'm okay with this because when we stamp it, you're gonna see there's going to be another layer over the top. And here's what I mean by the other layer. So we take this is the smaller snowflake. This one just had quite a bit of patchiness, so I was didn't want too much. So then we have this darker Azure Afternoon, and we're gonna stamp it right over the top of the lighter snowflake. It's a little tricky to do. So my recommendation is you figure out where your shape is and you kind of bring it down over the top. I need to make sure, I'm hoping my head doesn't get in the way, you guys. I'm gonna try my best, but I still want you to see how it's done. It's a little hard to do. Okay, and then I press down. I don't think I pressed down on the other very much, so that might have also been why it came out funny. Okay, there we go, perfect. That one came out great. So as you can see, there's a light color of the blue behind, and then the dark detailed blue in front. So let's go ahead and turn this one over, and we'll do the same thing with the larger snowflake. Okay. And we're gonna do the same thing. I usually go up underneath to try and fit perfectly in the shape. The trick is making sure that you're getting the top and the sides under the same shape. Fingers crossed. It's a little tricky. I think I might have been slightly off. Oh yeah, I'm a little off, but it's actually not a terrible looking off. It's just the tiniest bit off. I'm not going to change it. It's good. And that patchiness that I was showing you is invisible now. I think there was a patch here and a patch here, but you really can't tell once you add the dark blue over the top. So there's my cat. He's singing the song of his people because he's clearly neglected and sad, and you know, he clearly has never been loved. So, okay. Now the last thing we need to stamp is we're going to make a stamp for our label because it's so stinking cute. I thought, how cute would it be to make a coffee inspired pin craft? And this is Press On, again, a retired stamp set, and I'm using this sentiments, all you need is confidence and lots of coffee. Now, I don't actually drink coffee, but I still think the sentiment is totally fun and fits the theme. I'm Mormon, we don't drink coffee, but I don't have a problem with making a craft that says it because other people drink it, you know, hey. And I love Starbucks. I love these coffee cup pins. I think because I love Starbucks so much. All right. Oh, did that come out crooked? That came out a little crooked. Now, normally, you know, I normally don't redo, but because this is going to be something I'm selling, and putting, you know, something that someone would put on their desk in a little frame, I want to make sure that this is straight. So let me try a sample over here. Let me see, because sometimes the shape, okay, it's a little crooked on the stamp. Okay, so okay. Oh, I almost stamped my snowflake. Okay, so on this one, I have to line the bottom of the stamp up, not the top, because the bottom gives me a better line. Sometimes with these rubber stamps, there we go, perfect. Sometimes with the rubber stamps, because you can't see through them, it's a little harder to get them straight on the label. It's not impossible, and it's not actually that difficult. It's just practice, you know, getting them straight. Another thing that some of my friends have done is they will trim off the edges of the stamp so that the top line of letters and the bottom line of letters are perfectly straight. You know, that's something else they trim off with like some really sharp scissors. So it's something to think about if you really, you know, need to, you know, if you're worried about stamping with a rubber stamp. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut this out. And we'll cut through our little label over here on the side. So what I figured out when cutting out my little snowflake is I have to go to the center. I can't get this level of detail cut. I believe that this stamp set possibly came with some dies, but honestly, I can't find them. If they did, I've misplaced them, and I just didn't feel like continuing to search. So all I'm doing is I'm starting at the point of one snowflake and going to the center right here of the indent. So making a triangle. Essentially, we're making like a Star of David type shape. I'm sure it's called some other type of shape, but that's what I'm going to call it because that's what I know it to be. Sure, it has another name. Like a geometric name. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. And the last one, same thing. Get to the center as best you can, and then turn, make a sharp turn. Done. So there is my snowflake. And I mean, it's so pretty. I don't know if I showed it to you guys up close, but I mean, so cute. Hopefully it's zooming. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. And we're going to do the same thing over here. This one's a little bit easier because there's less of a, well, I guess, no, this one was harder. But you're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut toward the center of the indent there and then turn sharply to the side. Okay. Sorry about that noise. It's like the rattling of the dishes over there. And like, I have these little antique dishes and then the wall just sometimes will rattle. And it's kind of in an inconvenient place for me to like try and fix it. So I'm trying to figure out, I'll have to go over there and move something so it stops rattling. There we go. All right, same thing. Little less pronounced Star of David, but still the same. Doing the details of that particular, cutting this out in a detailed manner would have just been too difficult. Not impossible, but just so difficult that it actually will look really choppy and not, it just won't look as aesthetically pleasing. So that is our base, you know what I mean? And then we're going to go ahead and pop our, little snowflakes here and our label. And that is our craft. So I'm super excited that, like, I don't know, I'm so stoked to show you guys this. It's just so cute. All right, we'll get some dimensionals. We need dimensionals. So I'm gonna go ahead and see, I have to put this in the frame now because I need to make sure the spacing is right. If I put it together right now, it's going to have the wrong spacing. So you need to have your frame ready. So I got these from Amazon. And I'm working on the storefront, you guys, I promise. I just haven't sat down to set it up. I got approved for it, just didn't get it set up yet. So then we're gonna go ahead and pop this inside, and we're gonna need to put some cardboard in the back here. I need to also put some chipboard. Where is the chipboard? There it is. I found that this shape is just a little bit, the paper was getting a little, let's go ahead and try our best to cut a 4x4. Won't be a perfect 4x4, but it'll be close. We just need to stiffen up the back of this paper because when we put the backing on, it'll bend the front paper and then it looks almost like a mistake, like it bows it out, and you don't want that. And then we'll put our little piece of cardboard and we'll go ahead and pop our little easel back on the backing. Okay, so let me show you what happens when, so there's our base. Let me show you what happens if I don't have that piece in there, because that actually will be helpful. Okay, so if I put this cardboard in here and then I put this, and I've done this with multiple different crafts and I don't know if I've actually shown it. Oh, it's not doing it so bad on the, no, it is right here. Like it's like rounded. I don't know if you can, maybe a little that way. Can you kind of see how it's a little bit puffed out like a pillow? It's because the paper is just not stiff enough. So when I squish the cardboard against it, it bows out. So having this stiff piece of chipboard, it's not gonna bow out. It's gonna be pretty difficult for the paper to bow outward. And so that is, so there we go. Oh my gosh, such a cute little frame. I mean, so adorable. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make our arrangements. But you see why I had to, if I think originally I had this a little bit higher, so I have to move it down a little lower, and then we're gonna arrange our little snowflakes like this. And part of me wants, no, I want that one to be on the top. And so we're going to arrange our little snowflakes. I think I want this way. And we'll cover up that little white gap there. All right. And this one I'm going to turn a little this way. And then we're going to be putting our pin in the middle is the goal, okay? So let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back of this. I won't stick them down yet, but at least get them ready so that we can give us a perspective, a better perspective of our little craft. And yeah, I think I'm going to lean this one. Yeah, because I want that one to be this way. So we'll make this one like straight up and down. Yeah, and we just need to get it to where they're centered. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some glue on the back of this and put it back down. And you see, even I recycle my paper for my crafts. Yeah. And so let's go ahead and add some dimensionals to the back of this before I put it down. I'm putting way too many. It'll be fine. And remember, these are all archival safe. And so they won't harm your pin if it goes through one of these little foam pieces. It'll be just fine. Okay, yeah. There we go. I want this way. A little more to the left. There we go. And then I think we can set our little label down now. All right. Let's get that centered in the top. I just think this is a precious little craft, and it just comes out so sweet. And it's not that difficult, you know. I show you guys a lot of techniques, and I do that because I want everyone to be able to like try a craft, you know. And I get bored with doing the same crafts as well, like if it's the same exact style every single time. So I try to change it up. Okay, so these glue dots, we don't sell these particular ones at Stampin' Up. The ones at Stampin' Up are a little too small. These are still archival safe, but they're made by the same company that Stampin' Up uses. But only Stampin' Up sells this smaller size, the medium size. So let me get my tweezers. These extra large piece ones are, you can find on Amazon. Yeah, so you can find them on Amazon. If I could sell it on Stampin' Up, I would, but we don't sell this on Stampin' Up, so I can't. So I'll be putting it on my Amazon storefront as soon as I can. These are archival safe. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue dot on the back. Whoops. It just needs quite a bit of glue to hold it down. And see, even the back of the pin is just so nice and clean. I don't know. It's just, that's how you know it's a real one. I'm just saying. So let's get this big glue dot. This is like 3/8 of an inch, I guess, I think. Or no, this is like 1/2 inch, I think. And I'm gonna put a big dollop right there because we wanna make sure that when we put the pin down, it's not gonna move. And there's enough dimensionals behind this particular snowflake that I don't have to put one behind here. If you've seen some of my other pin crafts, you've seen me put a dimensional behind the pin, but not today. Okay, let's make sure we get this centered. Oops, my hands are... And you want to push straight down. You're going to have to push through that chipboard, so just be gentle. Let's make sure before I press it all the way down that it's centered. Oh yeah, it's centered. And there we go. Now it's made it into the cardboard. You just want to make sure you wiggle it just a little, make sure it's all the way in. And that those glue dots are going to hold that nice pin in place. So now it's not going to move. I need it to move over a little. There we go. So it's not going to move. It's not going to shift. It's going to be just fine. And here, let me show you on the back. Normally I would have done it, you guys have seen me do it other ways, but see, it made it right through. And so it won't go all the way through to the, you don't want it to go too far out, because if it goes too far to the back, then it's not going to sit right. So the good thing is we have this little snowflake that it sits on. And so it's like the perfect cushion for it to sit on. And I've got the glue dots there. Just want to make sure it's not moving too much. Nah, that's just me messing with it. Okay. I was worried it was sliding around too much, because what'll happen is if your pin, because it has a single post, the pin, no kitty, no baby. Sorry. My supervisor wants to come and finish the craft with us. So, I mean, cute, right? I mean, how cute, how stinking cute is this? It's already adorable. I could have stopped right there, but no, I'm not done. Of course, if you go to fabulousstamper.com, you can still get these. I'm pretty positive they still have these iridescent faceted gems, or some other kind of gem that you like. They'll have something. So I went ahead and first I wanted to make a little hidden Disney. I think I'm going to make it on the other side of this one. Let's see, I'm going to put him over here. Little hidden Mickey over here. All right, just a cute little, not so hidden because it's kind of obvious, but all right, so cute. Just a cute little Mickey head. And then I added one to the center on my original craft. I made a little sample, and let's put two. I think let's put two up here on the label, just to kind of add a little dimension. I'm putting a lot of gems on here because I just think adding the gems just elevates the whole thing and really sets it off and makes it just super, super pretty. We'll go ahead and put, let's put one here. Let's put another one right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need one more. Let's put one more over here. Just to have a variety of different sparkles to just, you know, help it pop and shine, because otherwise it was just kind of plain, and that just helps it really pop and elevate it. I just think it looks so cute. And again, these are iridescent faceted gems, super pretty. And that is our craft, guys. I mean, I think that's probably the fastest pin craft I've made. The stamping and cutting out obviously was hard, but so cute. I mean, just sweet. And all the iridescence of everything, you know, the iridescent Mickey head, you know, and the iridescent background. It's just perfect, you know, and it's just a sweet little Olaf craft. I love it. I really love it. I'm so glad I got to make it. And there's more to come. This is just the first of many coffee crafts. I hope you love it. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, all the things. I appreciate you. And, you know, have a great day, guys. Thanks so much. All right, bye-bye.